Growing your career requires you to be sitting in the driver's seat and pressing the accelerator. Well, and sometimes the brake. We know from our own experiences that our career journeys come with many twists, turns, and surprises. Driving your career growth also takes focus on the road ahead. Really carving out the time for planning new pathways and making the effort to get experience doing new things, getting outside your comfort zone, getting feedback on your impact in spaces. And sometimes, most challenging, getting real about what you need to do to take your career to the next level. Whatever that might look like to you. Maybe it's advancing in your job family here at Berkeley. Maybe it's expanding your positive impact on your current team. Maybe it's about embarking upon a whole new career change. We all have to start somewhere. A great place to start is with people and organization development's guided, self-paced, self-reflective, competency-based professional development planning process. By the end of this series, you will have a customized development plan ready to take on new challenges and opportunities in your career. Let's zoom out for a moment so I can share the stages of the series with you. Each of these stages has its own video that will further define and contextualize the content, in addition to taking you through the key stages to establish your development plan. All right, in stage one, look at that, you're already here and off to the races. All right, in stage one, you will learn about competencies and the UC Berkeley Development Plan framework. This is a chance to learn about how competency-based development plans are often one of the more transformational focused growth mechanisms. Believe me, your development plan is your friend. Keep it with you always. In stage two, you will learn more about competencies, namely the 15 Berkeley People Management competencies, which originate from the Korn Ferry Leadership Model. This is your common framework for core attitudes, behaviors, and effective performance for all managers working at UC Berkeley. As a manager, you can use this 4-stage, self-paced, guided process. And if you'd like, you can utilize the UC System-Wide Core Competency ABCs version instead, noting the manager behavioral indicators. And you can find that in the Grow and the Go library. In stage 3, you will get a tutorial and some tools to complete a competency sorting process. The sorting process will create a prioritization map. In short, strengths to keep flexing and growth areas to build upon. More on that later. In the 4th and final stage, you will work through the rest of your development plan by mapping out some of the key actions to really put you in the driver's seat and take the car out for a spin. In other words, bringing the actions outlined in your development plan to life, really by doing the work. You will also learn about coaching options available to you that can help to further career development, reflection, and planning. Okay, so before you drive through this self-paced guided process, you need to know about competencies and development plans, and how competencies can accelerate your development planning process. Competencies are observable behaviors that have a direct and positive impact on individual and organizational success at the university. Think of competencies as the skills and behaviors needed for success. They can be objectively observed and measured. At UC Berkeley, 15 competencies in the Korn Ferry Leadership Architect model have been identified as the most critical competencies as a people manager. These 15 core people management competencies show up in the Berkeley People Management Training Series and Certificate Program. These 15 competencies map to 4 factors or broader themes. Those factors are thought, results, people, and self. Competencies can help you identify behaviors, knowledge, skills, and abilities that make high-performing employees successful in their jobs. You can use them to help guide your professional development by fixing your attention on the goals and values that are needed at UC Berkeley and across the entire UC system. These competencies are the cornerstone of staff development and performance within the University of California. Competencies enable you to focus on the how of your role, so the attitudes and behaviors, and not just the what or job content. A development plan is a guide to assist you with coordinating actions you can and should take to advance your career. Linked in the Grow on the Go library under competencies and linked in your video description below when viewing in YouTube, you will find the UC Berkeley Development Planning template. This is your guide and only yours. Competency-based development planning enables you to focus on the how, so the attitudes and behaviors of your role, gives you a common framework to localize what effective performance might show up like across the system, and brings forward a common framework to focus your professional development planning. One more thing. We're talking about the Berkeley People Management competencies here, so these are transferable to any managerial role at UC Berkeley. Each part of this competency-based development planning series has a corresponding section to guide you through this build-upon process. Before you move on to stage 2, go ahead and complete section 1 of the planning template. Section 1 focuses on discovery. So discovery or maybe rediscovery of your motivations, passions, and ways you hope to grow in the next maybe 1, 3, or 5 years. Then in stage 2, you will focus on what? Section 2 of the planning template, exploration. A space for you to consider the skills, knowledge, and experiences that could help drive your career forward. In stage 3, you will focus on key reflections and takeaways from your competency sorting. In section 3, this is where you really get a chance to initiate the real on-the-ground planning that makes sense for your goals. Then to round out the process in stage 4, that's where you focus on section 4 of the development planning process, focusing on accountability and support to drive your success. So learning from action and incorporating new strategies. The action section really gives you that space to continue to iterate and build upon the planning, exploration, and discovery you completed in this process. As you get started, it's important to seek out feedback. You can incorporate thinking from yourself and from those around you in your professional sphere. There are a number of ways to get actionable feedback, of course. You might consider informal conversations with your manager, peers, direct reports, people you lead, or more formal conversations, such as an upcoming Achieve Together conversation, or even a formal 360 undertaken by you and the people and organization development team. Remember, development is not about changing yourself so much that it feels inauthentic. Instead, it's about building a plan that will help you be the best that you can and want to be. You get to define what success is, and your development plan helps you achieve that success. Okay, so now is the time to fill out section 1 of your personal development plan, Discovery. Then move on to stage 2 in the series.